Good evening, folks. Today is going to be the first of a series of weeks where I can't be with you on the Wednesday, and I think where everybody's been having slightly busier weeks and evenings where obviously lockdown is being eased, it's starting to become a little bit less populated. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be posting this as a video, at least for the next couple of weeks. See how this goes. See if it kind of takes off. But please do feel free to, do the usual stuff. The answers will be at the end of the video, and I would like you to kind of keep the usual score. There will be the usual physical round. So when you upload your score, can you send me an email or a direct message on Facebook so that I can have a picture of what you've provided, as well as your score of everything except for that round. All right. I will also be going through this relatively quickly. You guys can pause it. I don't have to be sitting here for a period of time watching you guys kind of work something out. Just give something a pause if you need me to. I will obviously give you a few seconds to hit the pause button on whatever you're watching this on. And finally, I have been terrible at this, but just a quick reminder, I am collecting money for Calm, Campaign Against Living Miserably. If you can spend a couple of quid on that, that will be great if you haven't already. Thank you to those of you who have already provided some money for me, or for them. Right, okay, that's enough of that. Let's go for the quiz. So we've got our usual 8 rounds. This may change over the next few weeks. We'll see how it goes. Round 1, as always, is a top 10. Well, it's a top 12 because the last one is shared by 3 separate entities. So your top 10 for this week is the top 12 songs by length at number 1 in the UK charts. So that is, there are 12 songs, and I will take, I'm looking for the title of the track for which they have spent the longest amount of time at the number 1 in the UK charts. This can be over a couple of sessions, and in a couple of cases this is over a couple of, they're not back-to-back number 1s. So there are 12 there, and I will give you a bit of a time to pause there so you can have a little think. All right, hopefully you've paused and had a time to think. So we're going to round 2. Round 2, as always, is a connection round. We are looking for, I'm going to give you 9 general knowledge questions. They tend to be a little bit harder than your regular general knowledge question because there is a theme running through all of the answers, not the questions. So your questions are: what tennis term refers to when a set ends with a score of 6-0 and can be used in any other sport for a whitewash or a shutout? What tennis term refers to when a set ends with a score of 6-0 and can be used in any other sport for a whitewash or a shutout? Question 2. What piece of equipment does an ice hockey player use to interact with the puck? What piece of equipment does an ice hockey player use to interact with the puck? Question 3. What is the name for a small, compact handbag first designed by Italian fashion company Fendi in 1997? They were popularised on the show The Sex and the City in the late 1990s, and it is cited as the first It bag. What is the name for a small, compact handbag first designed by Italian fashion company Fendi in 1997? popularised on Sex and the City in the late 1990s and is cited as the first it bag. Question 4. What CBBC show, mostly shown from 1955 to 1984, consisted of competitive games, music, comedy double acts, and a short comic play finale incorporating popular songs? It has returned to TV, hosted by Sam and Mark. This was in 2020. What CBBC show, mostly shown from 1955 to 1984, consisted of competitive games, music, comedy double acts, and a short comic play finale incorporating popular songs? And it's returned to TV, hosted by Sam and Mark. Question 5. I love this question. What two colours are made when you mix equal parts of the primary colours of paint and when you mix equal parts of the primary colours of light? So I'm looking for two colours there. What colour is made when you mix equal parts of the primary colours when they're in paint? And what colour is made when you mix the primary colours when they're in light? Question 6. What fruit, technically a berry, is mostly exported from India and China, but the most common variety of this fruit berry is the Cavendish, and it is vulnerable to extinction due to disease in the next 10 to 20 years? What fruit is mostly exported from India and China, but most common variety, the Cavendish, is vulnerable to extinction due to disease in the next 10 to 20 years? And we're going to finish off with some quite short questions. Question 7. What cereal grain is better known as maize outside of the US and UK? What cereal grain is better known as maize outside of the US and the UK? Question 8. What is the French word for ball? Just translate the word ball into French, as in football. Question 9. What car and aero engine manufacturing business was established in 1904 in Manchester? What car and aero engine manufacturing business was established in 1904 in Manchester? And of course that was your final question, because of the question 10 is what is the connection between all 9 of the previous answers? I guess I don't need to ask if anybody wants any repeats. You can go back and flick through the video to do that yourselves. So round 3 will be a very quick round for me to go through. It's the Google autocomplete round. So if I were to put these terms into Google in incognito mode, so that there's no previous my previous Googles don't have any effect on these, what would Google think is the most effective way of auto-completing the following? Just so you know, I have done this on the 4th of August at pretty much midday. So Google tend to change across the week, but if you're watching this on Wednesday when it was released, it should be fairly up to date. So if I was to type in where in the world is, what would Google autocomplete it as? It might be one word, it might be a series of words. And the marking for this, the scoring for this, would be that I will give you the Google autocomplete lists 10 possible autocompletes. If you hit the top one, I'll give you 2 points. Anything else on the list, I'll give you 1. So you want to go for the most obvious answer, but sometimes they're not necessarily obvious. So if you haven't been with us for this round before, that's how we do it. Question 2 is, what should I avoid if? What should I avoid if? So once again, if I put this into Google, if you give me the top one, I'll give you 2 points. Anything else on the list is 1. What should I avoid if? Question 3, why should I watch? Why should I watch? Question 4, who was in the? Who was in the? And our final one, as always, is just a name, Liam. Liam, L-I-A-M, Liam. So round 4 is a picture round. I will try and add it to the video here. I will find out soon enough as to if you suddenly go, oh, it's round 6. Sorry, round 5. You will it will be an image that I'll post to the video in the comments. But otherwise, hopefully there will be an interval here with some pictures. Those pictures are celebrity misnames. We did this a few weeks ago. And one of my favourite things online is where people take images of celebrities and then they twist the name of the celebrities a little bit to generate a slightly comical version of them in a picture. There will be 5 of them. For 2 points on each, I want you to name the celebrity for 1 point and to name their misname for the other point. So if I showed you a picture of Reese Witherspoon with a spoon, that would be Reese Witherspoon. And then if I was to show you a picture of Reese Witherspoon but with no spoon, then the answer to that would be Reese without a spoon. So Reese Witherspoon with Reese without a spoon. And hopefully those should come up right now.